I have the absolute honor to introduce our presenter for the final session of the day here in the Student Support Services room for the 6th annual Promising Practices event. You're in for a real treat. Even if you've seen bits and pieces from this before, you know the presenter well, and I promise you it's going to be worth your time. So without further ado, this session is a Fast Lead Strategies to Building a Sense of Community and Culture of Engagement. And your presenter is Miss Amanda Sinnott from the Insight School of Oregon.
Oh my goodness, what an introduction. It's an honor to be introduced by you, so thank you. That was very, very nice. If anyone, oh, I see applause or little claps and stuff, so I'm assuming you can hear me, so that's good. Off to a good start here. So let's get started. We're going to come back to this poll in a minute, so make sure to pick email, Facebook, texting, or phone call, and you can just put an E in the chat box. I wasn't trying to make this a trick question. I forgot that we only went to D on those polling tools, so I apologize for that. And then, oh, hi, yay, this is so exciting. So here is that YouTube video, so you can either just save that and watch it later. It's some of our peer mentors, so they made an onboarding video, and it's super cute, so I do recommend watching it. So who am I? Maybe I'll turn on my camera for a second. Hi, this is me. I'm the Family Engagement Administrator at Insight School of Oregon. I won't mess up the bandwidth with my camera on too long, but I've been working with online students for 5 years. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I love to travel, but on the other side of that coin, I do love snuggling my dogs and reading books. Shout out to the Growth Mindset book. Any book clubbers in here? So yeah, reading and then being wild and traveling the world. So a little bit of everything there. Got to stay balanced. So, and about our school, we serve 7th to 12th grade students, and 70% of our junior and senior students are credit deficient when they come to us. So we have a CTE, Career Technical Education focus, and we also have students that come to us to graduate early, to get into college. So we have a really healthy mix of a lot of different kind of students with a lot of different kinds of needs. And we have our enrollment right now is around 360, and of those 360, 54% of those students are below the poverty line, just to kind of give an idea of our demographic. So the same poll, it looks like A was the winner here. So let's see. You guys were right. I thought this was going to be like groundbreaking research and blow everyone's mind, but you guys must know that the kids do like to email. I thought it was interesting that we have texting as second place, which I thought was going to be first. Honestly, I was surprised that it was email, followed by Class Connects was over Facebook, which I thought was pretty cool that they like to talk in those Class Connects. And then phone calls way down here, and then this other, they specified they were face-to-face events. So that was, you know, it's important to know how our families want to be contacted so we can reach them on their level and then make their favorite form of contact the most effective. So, da-da-da, we have a 24/7 texting hotline. So we use this, there's this app called ZipWhip that allows us to have all 3 of the FAST team. So me, Colby, Kristen, they're in here. Hi, guys. We all have access to this. So it sends an automated response first, like, thank you for texting the FAST hotline. And then we get to it when we can, but it's available so if students need to text at any time, they don't feel like they're sending an email too late or texting too late. So it's just a way for them to have you know, constant access and communication with school. And so the whole point of what I am talking about today is that I've seen a lot of great ideas and a lot of amazing things be produced by schools, but when we can't get the kids to go and attend these things or, you know, be there, we can make the best activity, plan the best sessions, but if the kids aren't there, it's not going to be effective. It's only effective if they show up. So what is that, 80% of success is showing up. So that's what kind of where we're at. We want to get them there. We want to get them through the door of the school every day. So it's just getting those students excited about going to school, excited about all the people they get to talk to. Like, they get to go to online school and they get to talk to all their friends. And, you know, I want them to look forward to Monday so that they can have their sense of community and their peer group. So how do we make this the school students want to attend? That is definitely a quote stolen from Mr. Jim Sinnott, who is in the room, because that really resonated me when he said that, and that has been kind of my motto ever since I started working here. I was like, yeah, how do we get kids to want to attend school? Like, let's not keep chasing them. Let's make them want that. And he's taught me everything I know about that, and that's been just kind of my personal mission statement. So one of my favorite things that we do is have a peer mentoring program. So we have all our peer mentors make an Insight Facebook. So they have no personal information on there. It's just Insight and their first name. And this is their means of communicating with each other and other students. And so they have a group of Facebook groups so they can mentor students in a private group without having it be private chat. They let me know if nothing has ever come up, but they're just very open. We have a group chat with the FASLs as well. And so we kind of just monitor them and kind of keep them, excited and give them projects. And I know they're so amazing. And we're also able, because they are volunteering and helping other students, we're also able to grant them an elective credit for being a part of the peer mentoring program because of all the work that they do. And they create slide decks, they run sessions, they do tutoring. It's amazing how much our peer mentors do for the other students. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but this is one of our peer mentors, Elizabeth. She's actually graduating this year. Her testimonial about being a peer mentor just blew me away when she sent me that. And so my favorite parts of this are, I love the close conversations and relationship with my teachers. They're always there to help answer my questions, which I think is one of the most amazing parts about online school, is that the students have so much more access to us and to their teachers, and there's this built-in 24/7 net of support for them. And then I feel like I'm driving my own education in future. So this is what it's all about. We want our kids, every single kid, to feel like this. We want every kid in every school to be this, this engaged, which is the name of the game here. So happy kids. And then there's just some more peer mentors. These are some of our current peer mentors. They want to help people in being able to happily participate in something to do with school that's more than just being confined in my room doing my schoolwork is inexpressively emotionally boosting. That one really got me because I know that some people in here can relate to, working online. If you're home by yourself day in and day out, you can go a little nuts. So, and students and teenagers especially are such a social age, so being able to have those peer-to-peer relationships really makes a big difference in their life, and it's just amazing to see how something that is really easily manageable and it doesn't add that much work in a day has made such a big difference in their lives. So I do hope that everyone creates peer mentors at their school, and please email me or call me, or let's figure it out. So I really want to help make that be a school-wide thing. So why is this important? Why is student engagement important? So by high school, regular attendance is a better dropout indicator than test scores. That's huge. That's the same thing. We got to get them through those virtual doors. And then students who are chronically absent any year between 8th and 12th grade are 7 times more likely to drop out of school. So that's why we're doing what we do. That's why FAST is a thing. We just got to get these kids there, because just getting them there is going to make such a huge impact on the rest of their lives. So I just posted this right here too. This is one of our peer mentors, who said, drama in high school and all that stuff, just being able to socialize and have friendship and help with homework for an online school, and for us to hear that kind of feedback and see that, and it's from a student, it's so genuine. It's just such an amazing, it's an amazing thing to see, this positivity. So this was our peer mentor program last year. She wrote in our program, "The tassel is worth the hassle," best catchphrase. Yeah, giving them credit is amazing. So it's definitely volunteering. Oh yeah, sorry, catching up on the chat box. Yes, do peer mentors. So it just really does, it inspires. This student in particular, not a lot of favorites, but one of my favorites. She graduated last year, and we still keep in touch now, and she's in college. She was a fifth-year senior. She was bullied and in high school and was just not doing well until she got here. And then even the first year she got here, she felt isolated and was, you know, so once we got her involved with other students and gave her that responsibility, she just thrived. And she was so excited every day to be in school. She was so excited to go online and do her like daily inspirational peer mentor posts and all that stuff. So it just gives the students something to look forward to. And even students, we had one that was failed everything last semester, and now she's the leader of our GSA club, and she's passing everything, just that little bit of accountability, because she gets on that Facebook, she posts, hey, you know, this is what we're going to do today. They love it. They love their responsibility. You think that would be the opposite, but by giving them more responsibility, you're giving them more reason to want to be in school and to want to make a difference to other students. So this is Jamie, the peer mentor, and this is her graduating, and these were her two mentees, and so they met for the first time at graduation, which I thought was so cute because they were already best friends from Facebook and everything and being in some classes together. So just, you know, seeing them reunite at graduation was a tearjerker for sure. So other social media platforms that we have a Twitter. That's Lucy, one of the co-stars in our How to Online School video from the beginning. We have an Instagram, and then we also have a Tumblr. Tumblr and Twitter is super easy. We connect that to our Facebook, so anytime I post on Facebook, it just goes to Tumblr and Twitter automatically. And then Instagram, when I want to post on Instagram, that automatically goes to the Insight Facebook. So it's really easy to manage having all of these accounts linked because it's not extra work and we're still on a variety of social media platforms. And our teachers are also on social media, which is the most fun thing ever. So not only do we have all our peer mentors with their Insight Facebooks, we have a majority of our teachers who have Insight Facebooks. So this causes, you know, you can do quick interaction, instant messages, copy paste that instant message in a TDS note, tag it, boom. You know, it's that easy sometimes. And then also you can say, hey, go to your live session, and the beauty of Facebook messaging is that you can tell if they've opened your message or read it, so you can be like, all right, are you ignoring me, or what's going on here? So that's a definite benefit of having Facebook messaging too. And then also these teachers can create homeroom groups for their students, so they can be like, this is what's happening in homeroom today, and all that good stuff. So it just also gives us a sense of virtual community. It puts faces to names. It makes it feel like a real school, like being able to see your teacher's face instead of just hearing this floating voice in cyberspace, which I am right now, a floating voice in cyberspace. But I think it really just adds that that realness and that genuine connection piece, because you can, you know, the teachers post things that they're interested in, the students do too, and it just kind of like snowballs into everyone just being really supportive to one another. All right, we also have resources for our LGBTQ students. These are some pretty sad statistics. As far as engagement and attendance goes, this one down here, the 30% of LGBTQ students surveyed reported missing at least one full day of school because they felt unsafe or uncomfortable, which is, I mean, just letting that sink in is insane to me, because school is supposed to be your safe place where you learn, where you go, where you have friends. And for, you know, the bullying, so many students go to online school because of bullying. That's one of the biggest reasons. Bullying and anxiety is the two main ones I hear all the time. So how do we fix this? Boom. We have a GayStraight Alliance for students. We also have a Anti-Bullying Club. This GayStraight Alliance is student-run, and so is the Anti-Bullying Club. And this was just some examples of some posts that they post in there. It's been nothing but positive and really embracing, accepting, you know, communication in those. And so I'm in there as a moderator just to like keep an eye on things, but there's never been, you know, it's just, our kids are so sweet and they just crave that, you know, that acceptance by their peers. And so by giving them that through the GSA and the Anti-Bullying Club, it really just gives them a, you know, it's a place for them to call home. And when they're sitting alone all day and they're isolated and they're, you know, gone from being bullied, and like giving them this means, you know, it could make a huge difference in their lives because they could meet someone that becomes their best friend for life. And so it's just kind of getting those peer-to-peer connections so that having their friends at school will make them more inclined to go to school, just like in brick and mortar. We also have, actually for the GSA Club, one student mentioned it last year and started it. And then other students that were being, you know, that were very positive on Facebook and posting stuff like that, I would just message them and say, hey, do you want to be the leader of any clubs? Do you want to be a peer mentor? So I do some outreach like that too, just to, and you know, every time almost they say, yes, that sounds awesome. And so, yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, just knowing your students, I guess, and like seeing, you know, personality-wise, for peer mentors, they have to have all A's and B's. But for the other clubs, they're, you know, they can have any type of grade as long as they want to be engaged. So we also, one of our teachers runs a creativity club. And we have just a variety of clubs like that. We have prom committee, we have graduation planning committee. So sometimes just letting kids lead those committees, even though, you know, staff are going to be in there and helping them, it just gives them, again, responsibility and, you know, ownership of their school. So there's something for every kid to participate in, extracurricular-wise. And so we also have a lot of pregnant and parenting students. The slide's been up for a minute, so maybe you've read this. So we want to make sure that we support this population of students too. So we make sure that they have a safe and supportive school environment, and we allow them to bring their kids to all of our events. This one wasn't at an event. This was a student-sent photo that she said I could use of her daughter in a bathtub with one of our Insight squishy stress stars, and I was like, future Insight baby. And so it's just so sweet to have, when, you know, these two girls are best friends, and they're, you know, they're raising their kids together and they're going to Insight together. So just creating those connections for students makes, you know, that's what's making the distance. Yep, a lot of our students have babies. So some more community building that we do using Facebook is we have, and this was stolen from a national K-12 thing that I saw, but I thought it would be cute to do it at a school level too, so that the students could see their teacher's desk. So this is just everyone's workspaces. We have an album on our Facebook of everyone's pets. And we did School Choice Week. So this is some of our goofiness from School Choice Week. This is one of our former teachers as Bob Ross, which makes me really happy. So it's just doing fun stuff like that. It really makes, you know, makes it fun. So a common question by people who don't know much about online school say, will I miss out on the traditional high school experience? Like, what about prom? What about graduation? We had an amazing prom last year. This is them dancing it up. It was really fun event, and there we go. I think that I think that staff were surprised. I was a little surprised of how many students showed up, how fancy they dressed, how excited they were. So this year I know prom's going to be bigger and better because we have such an excited prom committee, because it was the juniors from last year that are now the seniors this year, and so they're like, we're gonna do this, and so they're just running off with prom. I'm like, all right, well, just like let me approve things at the end, but they are just so gung-ho about it. But I'm not I don't have to do anything. They're planning the prom. It's amazing. They're doing the class connects. It's so awesome. And then also we have a full graduation. There's Mr. Sinnott. Hey! And so, yay! Thanks, guys. So at graduation, we have a professional photographer. We want to make sure, as I said on the first slide, we have 54% of our students are below the poverty line. So we have a photographer, and we make sure that we get those photos in an album for them in a Dropbox so that they can have copies of their graduation photos without having to pay for them. And then we also have all the families who post on social media use the hashtag Insight Oregon. This year it'll be 2017. But that way it's like a little hashtag album, so you can go pick and choose through other families' photos. So even though it starts off as a group of almost strangers, just by having like something like that, like a hashtag for your graduation, really helps bring everyone together, you know, and can see the photos from their day, and it makes it more special. Success centers. Probably my favorite part about this job is the success centers. And so this is I thought this was a cute day. This is our one of our science teachers, and this is a student, and he is in her class in this very moment. He is sitting in her class, but directly across from her. We are at a pizza parlor right now too, so the torture for that poor kid. But I just thought this was so cool. Yay, Pam! So this was just, I thought was the cutest moment ever. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the future. And then we had pizza parties, all that good stuff last year. And then this year we wanted to do something a little different. We wanted to do something that was, number one, free. Number two, that would bring students together in a not awkward way. Not that the pizza parties were awkward. It would just be, you know, if we're just sitting around on our laptops, it's a different kind of dynamic. So if we are doing something like volunteering at an animal shelter, we are all in a, you know, we're all doing the same cause. Obviously, we all love animals, and so it's just had such more organic and natural interactions from going to these shelters and working with these kids. So these are a few of the cities that we've gone to. Colby, Kristen, and I are probably the Oregon shelter experts by now. We have gone to so many animal shelters this year, and they are all so amazing, and it's totally free. I mean, I know that in wherever you live, if there's an animal shelter, they will set up a classroom environment. The last one we went to, we got to make kitty cat toys and make little toys for the shelter pets, and then we take tours. They walk dogs. There was a kitten room. So we all just we're in this kitten room. I think there's 20 kittens in there just crawling all over us, which was amazing. I hope I have a picture of Kristen and Kitten Paradise in the slide deck somewhere. But this is just, it's so fun going to here. Right? I know. I'm like whenever it's that time of the that time of the year when we go to these, it's really fun. Oh, yay. This is Kristen Gould. She's in here. She's one of our facils. This is her future dream dog, Peanut, who is just haunting our hearts forever. And we did a holiday success center too, and there's some teachers and kids there. Also, I don't know if Emily Alexander is in the room, but she is one of our amazing teachers, and she was at the Portland Paws for the Cause event and adopted this dog. So, oh my goodness, it's heart melting. I just thought that was the cutest thing that they went back and they adopted this little dog that they saw at the shelter. So cute. Hi, Melody. All right, TED Talk Tuesday is something that Kristen runs. It's a different TED Talk every day. I'm going to start talking faster because I just saw the time. But TED Talk Tuesday is amazing. Same with Adulting 101, teaching adulting skills like how to boil an egg, and other stuff like that. And then this is a comment from a learning coach saying, some kids don't have parents to teach them things like this, and other students learn better from people other than their parents. So parents approved adulting 101. So we do some unicorn challenges. I know that a lot of people think our school mascot is a unicorn, but we really just like unicorns over here at Insight because they're majestic, and we tell the kids that they're unicorns and we believe in them. So unofficial slogan. So these unicorn challenges, this is the percentage of students who had raised their grade by a full letter, and we promised we would do something goofy for them. In either a raffle, a dance party. We dyed Mr. Sinnott in our old head of school's beard pink, and all that good stuff. So we also do live streaming to connect in real time. We can do that on Facebook or on Instagram. You just click that Go Live button. So whenever you know, we're at a staff event or there's a couple of us around, we can go live and say hi to the kids that way. Happy teachers, happy kids. That's all of our staff at professional development this summer. And a happy and engaged student is a happy and engaged graduate out in the world. Give those kids that zest for life, you know, like if you can graduate high school, you can do anything, you made it. So if students who agree that they have one teacher who makes them feel excited about the future, are 30 times more likely than students who just agree to show engagement, a key predictor of academic success, engagement, attendance, all that good stuff. So does this work? These are some testimonials from our Facebook. I will put our Facebook link in the chat box in a moment here so you can read those on your own, but our Facebook page has a ton of student testimonials and parent testimonials. So, woo, I talked fast, I did it. We have 3 minutes if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. There's the school Facebook, and I will put my work Facebook on here too, so feel free to friend me, ask any questions on Facebook as well. Yeah, thank you guys for being in here. So for the Anti-Bullying Club, the Anti-Bullying Club, they post things about, I can actually, let me see if I can pull up their Facebook. Oh, thank you guys. Yay. So the Anti-Bullying Club, we do anti-bullying assemblies and we talk about bullying, all that, a variety of stuff. I can send you some slide decks for sure if you want to email me. And then the requirements for being a peer mentor are you have to have A's and B's, and that's basically it. You have to be engaged in school and have A's and B's because we want those kids to be the little tsunamis of momentum to get the other kids excited. And so we want kids that are super excited about school to be peer mentors. Tim, hi. Yeah, so all the FAFSAs have access to the texting hotline. It's through ZipWhip, so we can have it on our computers or on our cell phones. So when it bings, we kind of just first come, first serve. We grab it, or we have an awesome FAFSA group text, so if there's anything that we want to address right away, we can just like send a screenshot and be like, hey, I think this person wants to talk to you. Yeah, here, let me put my email in there. Just remind me, and I will send you some slide decks. And it might be easier if I type it. Sorry, I'm like mid up on the chat. Yeah, if you Google ZipWhip, it's a H, Z-I-P-W-H-I-P. Oh, thank you, Colby. Just 2 minds. We have around 360 students right now. Yep, for the students under 18, they do have parent permission. We don't have any middle school peer mentors right now. So I think in lieu of Zipwhip, you could actually set up a free Skype, either a Skype or a Google Voice. I messed with both of those too before. I think Google Voice works better, and that could be a 24-hour Google Voice call-in line as well. So, and then those voicemails would just go to your email. Okay. Oh, Julia, you're the sweetest. No, we don't have a permit. We just ask, we just talk to the parent, or if I'm on the phone with the kid, I'm like, hey, let me talk to your mom and tell her what peer mentoring is all about real quick. So we just get voice to voice. And it's fun because the parents are all on Facebook too, because our age of students, they have younger parents. So those parents are, fairly active on social media as well. So then it kind of, it whirlwinds into that. And then the parents are on the peer mentor things, posting like warm fuzzies, and it just becomes this happy warm fuzzy. Oh yeah, just for the peer mentors, not all students. I have my work Facebook. I have it to communicate with students on it from a not personal account. And then we don't, for FERPA reasons, we don't, we don't link the students together. They kind of, we just kind of throw them to the Facebook wins, and they have to find each other. But, we don't facilitate that. But they're really good at finding each other. Because you can just search Insight Oregon on Facebook and find people that go to your school. It's easy it's easy on the internet. Thank you guys for being so awesome and talkative, and this is fun. I was super nervous, so it was fun to tell you guys about stuff we do at school. Yay, thank you. Yay, thanks Colby, thanks Jim. Ah yes, that survey keeps popping up on me. I'm like, I'm not ready.